So I actually kind of like went to my parents as well.
Switching the industry, because from banking, auditing industry to food industry is relatively different, right? And I remember the first few times we walk the ground, we actually get spat on by people.
Hey everyone, welcome to Kopi Gong! Well, today it's Kopi Gong No Cap because it's a special edition where we talk about youth's concerns and aspirations.
Nice. The aspiration, something that we grew up thinking about and then sometimes we forget about it, right?
Yeah, because we didn't know how to do it.
Now, joining us right here, we have Jess and Joel.
Alright, so let me introduce myself. My name is Joel. I'm an actor, singer and voice coach. So I used to study psychology. I have a degree in psychology. After that, I became a performer, a stage performer and a TV actor. And right now, I coach people singing and voice as well.
Awesome.
And recently, you were involved in the Lee Kuan Yew musical, right?
I was in the LKY musical at MBS. It was amazing, working together with Adrian Pang and Kit Chan. They are amazing. And so it's the first, after COVID, it's the first time we have such a large-scale musical. Working together with everybody, singing harmonies together, performing to the audience, 2,000 audience every night. It's just
Full house.
an experience lah.
So how about
Jess
Jess?
is an entrepreneur.
Yes,
so we are
yes.
sitting closer because we're on the same bench, right?
Yes,
Tell us
definitely.
a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Jess. Hi. I run a startup called 3 Dots. We work with upstream suppliers to help them distribute unsold inventories to hawkers, restaurants, cafes all around Singapore.
Ooh.
So right now, we are not just in Singapore market, so we are also in Malaysia and Indonesia market as well.
What is thinking out of the box?
Yeah, well, Jess, what's most interesting is what was your previous job?
I was an auditor working in PwC, so I was auditing banks and stuff like that.
What are some challenges that you guys face taking this route that is so different from what you studied or what you've worked previously? Why not Jess first?
Yep, so I think one of the biggest challenge is definitely switching the industry, because from banking, auditing industry to food industry is relatively different, right? And I remember the first few times we walk the ground, we actually get spat on by people. They think that we are scammed because we don't really know what we are saying, so we need to learn from the scratch. From like products like chicken, meat, seafood, everything, and trying to build like camaraderie with all those older generations. So we need to pick up like Hokkien, trying to speak the same language as they do, which is very, very different from audit, which you try to talk very professionally. So of course another part of it is my parents. I think letting them know about how I'm leaving PwC to start a startup, right? The first time they know is actually when they saw me on press. But at least I think my parents' philosophy is like, if I can survive on my own, then I can do anything I want. So I think it's still quite a relatively chill experience for me when I let them know, hey, I'm just going to move on to do something unusual. And I think it's quite good that they give me their support as well.
So when I graduated from psychology, like Jia Cai, I knew that psychology wasn't something that I could see myself doing for the rest of my life. I mean, as much as I love psychology, it's interesting studying about human nature and behavior. But I knew that performing arts was something that I was drawn to. So I made the switch to study musical theatre. Back then, my parents, obviously, they got shocked. And my teachers got shocked as well. My professors got shocked because I was top in school and whatnot. But they knew that I was chasing my dream. Yeah, so the first thing probably was parental objections. Because as parents, they are worried that whether I could make a living out of this, out of performing arts. And the second obstacle was that I had to overcome my own fear and anxiety as well. When I graduated from NTU, I was 25 years old. I wasn't trained in performing arts. I have no theatre background. I have no dancing background. All I knew was music and singing. So what can I do, going to musical theatre, you have to sing, dance and act. What do I know? I don't know anything. But then in my last semester in NTU, psychology, I actually saw Wicked when they came to MBS. And then there was one song that I was like, yeah man, this is what I want to do. When Alpha Bar in the show, she sang Defying Gravity.
It comes at much too high a cost.
So against all odds, she defied gravity. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I am going to take on the spirit and defy all odds and pursue my dream. So I actually kind of like went to my parents as well. Yeah, I applied to New York for a musical theatre summer course. So I applied first, because I didn't know whether I could get in. And when the results came back that I got in, I went to my parents. The idea, I got into this musical theatre course, but I need money.
That's when you be honest.
Yes, I need money for the school fees. I need money to fly there. But my dad was very supportive. They provided me financially to fly there. I was there for a month, and it was like the best experience in my entire life. So I came to Singapore, I took a gap year, and then I went to LaSalle to do musical theatre. Yeah.
So, when it comes to the position, facing challenges, it's definitely not easy, right? So sometimes it creates self-doubt, sometimes it makes you wonder, why you're doing this. So, for an entrepreneur, for example, what actually motivates you to move forward or continue the journey?
I think myself, I'm quite competitive together with my partners as well, right? So to us, we always want to do something, we want to be the biggest. So to us, we're like, okay, we want to do a startup, right? We better be bigger than like Grab, bigger than like Uber, because those are the benchmark. So we are never satisfied, I feel. It's something that is like an inner desire to be the very best, right? And you can be the very best in anything, very best in the market cap, very best in organizational structure, employee happiness. There's a lot of things that we can be good at. And I think that's what drives us. But as we become bigger and we got more guys, right, it's also a sense of responsibilities to our folks. Because in any case, if this company don't do well, right, they are the one that suffer. So I jolly well must put in the effort and think to make sure the company is growing, so everyone grows together. So I think there's a lot of different level of motivation which stems from self-competitiveness, stems from responsibility, and also just a bit stubborn, like if nobody has done this idea before, I'm going to show the world that it can be done.
But of course, with Joel, you get it a little bit better because you have like the LKY production and people sending you messages. That motivates because that love from the outside.
Doing your performing arts is received in this way.
But besides this, which you really have gotten recently, what motivates you then?
I would say that I'm very lucky. Whenever I feel down, people do appear to say how much they appreciate me. But I think one thing that motivates me throughout whatever difficulties challenges I face is the curiosity to learn and to explore and to be open to things. With COVID, obviously, a lot have changed to the performing arts. Shows are cancelled, so on and so forth. So actually, if I were to stay on as an actor during COVID, I wouldn't have survived. And that was why I pivoted myself to coach, do voice coaching, singing coaching. And to me, that is fulfilling as well because as a coach, I am sharing what I love with people. And seeing how they transform and progress is gratifying and is fulfilling. So I think the most important thing for me is to keep growing, keep learning in my own craft and so to help other people. And when I see other people grow and learn and transform, that in turn makes me even more motivated to do the work that I do, be it an actor, a performer, or to be a coach.
Wait, for any last motivational words for the youth out there who are pursuing their dreams?
I think don't fear the unknown, and everything to me is always meant to be.
Sounds like a Macbeth.
To be or not to be. For me, one word, flow. Flow with life. Don't go against life. Flow along with it and you discover unlimited possibilities.
Nice.
Well, anyway, it was such a fun session and I hope this episode inspires a lot of you to go and chase your dreams. Yeah, that's the end of today's episode. Thank you, Joel, and thank you, Jess, for being on our show.
Thank
of
you.
course, if you have any questions that you really want to ask, right, you can just
Comment in the box below.
comment in the box below. If you want their IG, comment first, then we think whether we want to. Kidding. But anyway, remember to turn on the notification button on our show or Facebook page to receive our latest content in the future, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.